KFC fights, super producer BC. I was just wondering, would you rather have all of the fingers on each of your hands replaced with pens and pencils, or have an 8-foot tall chain link fence constantly around your house? So every time you want to leave or come back home, you got to climb over this 8-foot tall chain link fence. Viva.
This is some old school KFC radio
It's
shit.
a great question. But it's a great question, but I have an easy answer, I think.
I don't know if one, it's a classic case of like one is going to be a problem very inoften, but a big problem, versus one is like an absolute disaster all the time. I mean, you can't use a phone.
Yeah, you can't use a phone. Obviously,
So you're saying the easy answer is the fence.
The fence.
Okay, because I mean the problem is it's an age thing too. It's like if I put a fence around my parents' house, like they're not getting in or out.
Right, and it's not just an age thing; it's also a physical fitness thing. You know, you're 300 pounds. That fence probably ain't an option for you.
That's a problem. I mean, it's, I'm not overweight, but I know I'm a bag of shit. It might be a problem for me right now. Like, it's definitely a problem for me right now. I'll get it done, but I'll be like, this was a fucking catastrophe. I have a 2-story. I have to walk up about 30 steps to get to my apartment, and I just did it a minute ago before we started, and I had to wait to open up the Zoom because I was gassed. So we're getting to a breaking point where like I got to get on my Corey G because I can't even get into my apartment. If I had to fucking scale a fence every time, now 8 feet's like your average ceiling, right? I think ceiling's like 7 feet, maybe, and then you add another foot. It's not crazy, but I just think about like when you're tired or hungover or it's cold or whatever, you don't want that. But you just can't. I mean, you can't have sex. You can't use a phone. You can't eat your food. I mean, you have to have hands. You basically are effectively saying, do you not want hands and fingers?
Right, that's it. And like if you made the fence like 30 feet, maybe now we start thinking. But 8 feet isn't big enough for me. 8 feet would be fun. 8 feet, like I'd have a good time inviting people over and just watching them having to climb my fence. And I'd be like, never mind, go home and just watch them climb it again. That's like what 8 feet is. 8 feet's not that big a deal.
That's what I would do too, by the way. And quarantine has proved this for all of us. If you really need to, you don't have to leave your house anymore. So I'll be like, I have like it's like having a moat. It's like I have protection around my house and I don't ever leave it. So
yeah, no one's coming to fucking destroy my car in my driveway with an 8-foot fence around it.
Ain't happening. What if I told you your fingers are going to be pencils and thumb and whatever, but your thumbs are thumbs? So you still could like text and use your phone if you needed to.
Nah. I do. Fuck pens and pencils. You ever use those?
That's the other thing. Those aren't. I haven't picked up a pen or a pencil in like 6 months.
Yeah, like what about that when I'm old and gray and I have to explain to my grandkids what my fingers even are?
Right.
Like there was a time back in the 1997 that we used to write with these things.
The only time if I'm not signing a receipt, it's been like a solid 6 months since I like picked up a pen to like write a note or anything like that. So yeah, final answer, 8-foot pen.